I'm Holly, I'm 28 years old and I've been a volunteer at Re-Engage for about 4 months now, since October last year. My day job is that I'm a fashion print designer for women's wear, and in my free time I really enjoy doing things like crochet. I've been making lots of scarves. I love getting outside in nature. I recently learnt to bake sourdough, and I also enjoy other cooking and baking and sort of crafty activities. I became a volunteer with Re-Engage because, like many people, at the beginning of the pandemic I had this overwhelming urge to help people. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to help people in some of the more conventional ways because I'm a clinically extremely vulnerable person, so I've had to shield for the duration of the pandemic. So I was really excited when I came across Re-Engage because with their Cool Companion voluntary role, I'm able to do it from the safety of my own home. I really thought it was so important to be able to connect with some older people who were living on their own, because I myself have experienced some isolation and loneliness this year as a young person who has sort of all the technology at their fingertips, and I was very aware that older people don't necessarily have that technology or the skills to access it. So with the Cool Companion service, because it's just over the phone, it was something that's accessible to all older people. I've been matched with 2 older ladies who I call on a weekly basis, Doreen, who is in her 80s, and Pat, who's in her 70s. I just really love making the calls and speaking with both the ladies. I've built really wonderful friendships with them. We have a good catch up of what we've been doing. I get to learn about what they've done with their lives, which I just find fascinating, and we also have some shared interests. So me and Pat both really like reading, and me and Doreen really like doing crochet, so we sort of share hints and tips, or me and Pat share book recommendations. I was told a particularly funny story the other week by Doreen. We were talking about all the heavy rain we'd had in the flooding, and she was reminiscing about when she was a child and they had an allotment and her dad had to rush to the allotment as it was flooding because they kept chickens and ducks on the allotment, and so they had to go on a rescue mission and bring them back to the safety of the back garden for a few days until the water had subsided, and she had a real giggle about it, remembering that, so that was really nice. Sharing these moments I think is so important. It brings so much joy to both people involved. As humans, we're very sociable beings, and I think connecting with each other is just so important, and it does bring joy and happiness and stops us feeling isolated or alone. If you are feeling lonely, you can self-refer to Re-Engage's Cool Companion scheme. Also reach out to your loved ones, friends and family. Maybe arrange to have a weekly call with them if possible, and you could even do things like watch the same TV programme each week and then call each other to chat about it, or do a crossword together over the phone, because I don't know about other people but I find them quite difficult on my own. It's always better to have 2 heads together rather than one. But yeah, my main message would be just please reach out, because you're not alone. There are people out there who care and want to help you,